Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, all praise to the Most High God. Right. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world calls God. Yahweh Shai being the name of his beloved Son, who the world inwardly calls Jesus. All right, this is the brother Yair Radha, the WFI Indiana Cant, coming at y'all with a quick cold cut through the spirit, right, on the Shabbat, to just inform y'all, if y'all did not know, right, and you do know, right, you do know, but if you did not know, hey, Satan don't get tired, man, right? Satan don't get tired. He don't take no days off. He don't call in sick. You understand? He don't do none of these different things, right? He don't get tired. Guess what? These demons, guess what? They don't get tired either, man. Right? They don't take bathroom breaks. You know, Jake, when you go to work, right? You might be working or something like that. You go into work, you standing for a while, whatever. You'll go. It's not even a designated break, but Jake, you'll go in the bathroom and sit on the damn toilet for 30 minutes, trying to get a break in there, right? But guess what? Hey, these demons don't do that, man. Like I said, these demons, Satan, they don't get tired, man. They don't get tired. They don't go to sleep. You understand? They don't take breaks. They don't take bathroom breaks. They don't call in sick, right? They don't call in because they got a headache. They don't arrange different things. They come to you and they say, you know what? I'm going to give you a day off today. No, they don't do none of that stuff. All right? They always on go. And they always on 10. And they always willing to do whatever the Father tell them to do, man. Guess what? They going to do it. All right? So what does that mean for you? What does that mean for you, Jake? What does that mean for you, E? What does that mean if Satan is always on 10, if Satan always there, he on time every single day, he don't come in 5 minutes late, he don't come in 3 minutes late, he early. He come early, man. All right, what does that mean for you? Guess what? Hey, you got to make sure that, hey, you don't get tired in this thing. You got to make sure that you don't get weary in this thing. You got to make sure that you on 10 as much as you can be. As much as we can be in these vile bodies that we in, man. You got to make sure that you doing the things that's required of you in these last days, lest you be overtaken, you understand, by the spiritual demon Satan. All right? Real quick, let's go to the book, Sirach, chapter 16. All right, let's go to Sirach, chapter 16. All right. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 16. In verse 27, right? It says, he garnished his works forever, and in his hand are the chief of them unto all generations. They neither labor, nor are weary, nor cease from the works. None of them hindereth another, and they shall never disobey his word. And guess what? That's how these spirits are, man. These spirits that you deal with, right? That gets put forth upon the face of the earth, when they call, guess what? Hey, all they do is what the Father tell them to do, man. They do exactly what's required of them every single time. They do what's required. They not late, right? They don't get tired. They don't cease from their work. You understand? They wax old in it, man. All right? They do what's required of them, right? I'm gonna read that one more time, right? In verse 28. It says, or in verse 27 again, right? It says, he garnisheth his works forever, and in his hand are the chief of them unto all generations. They neither labor, nor are weary, nor cease from their work. None of them hindereth another. They shall never disobey his word. Let's get that in Sirach 39 real quick. Let's get that in Sirach chapter 39. Right? Right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 39 and verse 28. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts, scorpions, serpents, the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. Watch this. It says they shall rejoice in his commandment. And whose commandment? right? The commandment that proceeds from the Most High God, right? It says, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word, man. Hey, these demons be on fire for the Lord, man. They be on fire when it comes to doing what's required of them, you understand, from the Most High. Whatever command they get, guess what? They gonna do it. And they gonna do it with all they might. Hey, they fulfill, these spirits, man, these demons, guess what? They fulfill Ecclesiastes 9 and 10, man. They do these things with all they might. And here you are slacking, right? You take days off, you give an excuse, oh, I'm tired, oh, I got this, oh, I got that. Whatever the case is, guess what? Hey, these demons, guess what? They not giving you no break, man. And you know that. You know, we know these different things. We know, guess what? As soon as you wake up in the morning, guess what? They there. Even in your sleep, they working overtime. These demons work overtime. They trying to plague you in your dreams, right? All these different stuff. But guess what? Hey, you have to be on fire. You have to have that mind of not taking no days off. You got to have that mind of being ready when need is. You have to have that mind frame of what? Hey, of constantly and consistently enduring, having your lamps burning, you understand, and fulfilling the word of the Most High God, right? And magnifying the name of the Lord. Let's go to the book of Job real quick, all right? Real fast, because like we talked about, guess what? Satan, he don't take no days off and he don't get tired, man. It's the book of the classic, right? It's the book of Job, chapter 1 and verse 6. It says, now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. And the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth and from walking up and down in it. What do you think he was doing when he was going to and fro and walking up and down in it? You think he was just looking at stuff, just staring, just, oh man, yeah. Oh, yeah. Right? Then he kind of just leave and going about his day. No. What is he doing? Hey, he causing he having all hell break loose. He's doing the things that's required of him, man. You understand? That's what he's doing. And he's appeasing the wrath. He's appeasing the Most High. He's doing whatever was given unto him. You understand? And he's putting that thing forth. And move in the same manner, but on the right hand side in righteousness, man. You gotta do that in righteousness. You gotta be able to do what? You got to be able to go up and down. You understand? To and fro, doing what? The work of the Lord, man. Doing what? Meditating on the words of the Lord. It don't matter. You can't just meditate on the words of the Lord when you at camp. That's the only time you meditate on the words of the Lord is when you at camp and a precept coming out. And then you kind of think about it. And then you might link up a precept with that. And then that's it. No, you got to be meditating on the word of the Lord when you at home, when you at work, when you going to and fro throughout the earth, handling your business, your mind frame, you understand, you want it to be focused on the Most High God, man. Because the second is not, you understand, the second you kind of not, or doing A, B, and C, guess what? Hey, that's a doorway for spirits to seep in. All right, that's a doorway for these spirits to be able to try to catch you up, man. Try to get you out the spirit. Try to get you to do whatever the case may be that's going against the Most High God and what he ordained. All right, let's go to the book of and it don't matter who you are either. Let's go to the book of First Chronicles chapter 21. He didn't have a list of people who he just like, you know what? I'm not gonna mess with him. That's him. No, he didn't care. Hey, Satan don't care, man. Satan is gonna do what he's supposed to do, no matter what, and he's not gonna let nothing stand in that way. You understand? Unless it comes from the Most High God. Other than that, he doing whatever he needs to be done. You understand? He doing whatever needs to be done. You gotta be like that, man. You gotta whatever needs to be done. You gotta have a mind frame to do it, man, and not let nothing get in your way and not let nothing stop you. All right, this is the book of First Chronicles chapter 21 and verse 1. Right, it says, and Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David to number Israel. So he don't like Fred. He doesn't, oh no, I'm not gonna mess with him or this or that and that and this and all this other. No, he don't care, man. Guess what? He He gonna go up and down, to and fro, and cause all hell to break loose with whoever is susceptible to it. You understand? With whoever is gonna give in unto it. Whoever gonna give in to it. Right? One more time. Right? It says, and Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David to number Israel. Let's go to the book of because he did the same thing with let's go to the book of Zechariah. Real fast. Bear with me, Salaki. On Zechariah chapter 3. Right? It's the book of Salaki, this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 3, and verse well, I'll start at verse 1. Right? It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 3, and verse 1. It says, and he shewed me Joshua the high priest, standing before the angel of the Lord, and Satan standing at his right hand to resist him. So guess what? It don't matter. You could be throwing up a prayer. You could be meditating. You could be fat in the middle of your fast that you got going on. Guess what? Hey, Satan gonna be right there, man. Trying to provoke you. Them demons, them spirits, they gonna be right there, man. Trying to knock you off your pivot. Trying to see if you'll move. Trying to see if that branch that you got is gonna break. Trying to see if you can be rooted out, or if that tree gonna tip a little bit. You understand? They gonna be right there, right? It said, verse 2 again. It says, and the Lord said unto Satan, the Lord rebuked thee, O Satan, even the Lord that have chosen Jerusalem rebuked thee. Is not this a brand plucked out of the fire? Right? But the point is, or Salaki in verse 1, Salaki, I read 2, all praises, right? But in verse 1, the point is, you understand? Guess what? Hey, Satan was right there. Even when the angel of the Lord was right there. Standing before him, guess what? Satan right there too, man. When you pray, guess what? He right there. You fasting, guess what? He right there. Always trying to provoke you. He always on 10. He always doing his job, right? But are you always doing your job, man? Why is Satan more on fire than you? Right? Why is Satan willing to do the will of the Father more than you? Obviously his will is different from yours. You understand? We want to do the will of the Father on the right-hand side in righteousness. Hey, guess what? He's doing the will of the Father, you understand, on the left-hand side. All right, let's go to the book. All right, let's go to the book of 1 Kings. All right, let's go to 1 Kings chapter 22. All right, this 1 Kings chapter 22 and verse 19. It says, and he said, hear thou me, Salakia. And he said, hear thou therefore the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the host of heaven standing by him on the right hand, Salakia, on his right hand and on his left. And the Lord said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner, meaning they having a council. You understand? So these spirits, guess what? They counseling about how to get you out the spirit. You read about the same thing in the book of Job. Same thing happened in the book of Job, where they had a council about Job. Guess what? It's a council going on about you, on how to get you out the spirit. How to make you go off and do this, how to make you go off and do that. You understand? How to pluck you out of this thing. Let's see if he gonna be, let's see if he'll, remain steadfast, or let's see if he'll remain loyal to you if you take everything that he got, or if you make him have financial problems, or if you make his woman leave the truth, or if you make problems and tribulations arise in the house, or if you make his son sick, or whatever. Hey, let's see if he still remain in that integrity that he got, or that he say he got. All right, reading on in verse 21, it says, and there came forth the spirit and stood before the Lord, and I will persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith he shall go forth and be a spirit in the mouth of thou feed him, and also go forth and do so. So these spirits, guess what? They put forth righteousness, man. How to think righteous thoughts, how to have your thoughts under subjection, right? How to be able to fight against these different spirits, fight against these demons that's always on 10, that's never late for they never late to work, like we talked about earlier. You got to be able to combat those different things. Let's go to the book of Psalms. All right, because you go and don't get it twisted. You understand? Being in these bodies that we in, yeah, you gonna fall. But guess what? That's not an excuse to fall purposefully, though. In doing those different things, guess what? That's where you lean upon the Most High God. And that's where that grace and mercy come in, right? It's the book of Psalms, chapter 94 and verse 18. It says, when I said, my foot slippeth, thy mercy, O Lord, held me up, man. And that's what you want. You want the mercy of the Lord to hold you up. Or you want the mercy of the Lord, you understand, to be able to continue to push you forward and help you prevail in these different things. When times do get hard, when Satan is working overtime, man. Right? Let's go to the book of Micah, chapter 7. All right, let's go to the book of Micah, chapter 7. It's the book of Micah, chapter 7, and verse 8. And it reads, rejoice not against me, O mine enemy. When I fall, I shall arise. When I sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light unto me, man. And that's what you want. That's the mind frame you got to have. That's what you got to do. But in order to do that, you got to be rooted in the word. You got to be rooted in the truth. It's good to have those precepts on your mind frame. So when things arise, you do what Yahushua did, which was what? Which was fight them with the word of the Lord. You understand? Fighting with the word of the Lord. All right. Now, real quick, let's get a couple things real fast. Let's go to the book of Isaiah. What time is it? Come on, let's go to the book of Isaiah real fast. All right. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 40. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 40 and verse 29. All right. It says, he giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might, he increases strength. Even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fail. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. So like if they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength, they shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint, man. Right? And that's the spirit we want to move in. That's how we want to move. You understand? And it's true. We want to move in the spirit of a not fainting. You want to move in the spirit of a not making an excuse as to why you can't do something. Like it tell you in the book of Proverbs, you understand, paraphrasing greatly, the slothful man, and he said, there's a line in the street. There's a line in the way. Right? Instead of doing something about that line being in the way. You understand? Whether you got to slay that line, all right? Whether you think about, okay, you know what, we can take this route and still get to the same point that we're trying to get to, or whether whatever you got to do, right? But don't turn the back away, or don't stay in the same spot and just sit there and make it, oh man, I can't, oh, this a line over there. I can't get over there. It's just right there. No, get up and do something about it, man. Be proactive. All right. When these spirits fighting against you, guess what? Be proactive in that. All right. Meditate on plans and ways to combat the things that's coming against you. All right. Whether it be whether it be a lust spirit, whether it be an anger spirit, whether it be a lying spirit, whether it be whatever spirit, a lasciviousness spirit, whatever spirit it is, guess what? Make plans and actions and meditate on these different things to be able to combat it, man. Nobody goes to war, and when you go to war, you just you wing it. Nobody wings it in war. When you go to war, no, you sit up playing. Okay, this is how we gonna line up. This is how we gonna march. This is how we gonna do this. You understand? We gonna have to read the book of Joshua. Right? When you read the book of Joshua, man, hey, they had plans on what they was gonna do and how they was gonna fight these different battles. You understand? Right? Let's go to the book of Luke. All right, we'll get a couple more real fast. Classic. Luke chapter 18. All right, in verse 1. Right, it says, and he spake a parable unto them to this end, that men ought to always pray and not to faint, man. So you can't faint in this thing. You cannot faint in this thing, because guess what? Hey, Satan not gonna faint, man. Satan not fainting. Satan not getting weary. He not fainting. He not getting tired. Guess what? Hey, he always on 10, man. He's always on 10, right? If you get into a fight, while you fighting, you get tired. Guess what? Hey, you gonna lose. If you tired and whoever you fighting against is not tired, man, guess what? They gonna win, right? Because them punches, they gonna get slower, right? Them combinations gonna stop. You understand? And guess after that, it's free game, right? Let's go to the book, right, of 2nd Chronicles, chapter 15. All right, let's go to 2nd Chronicles, chapter 15, right, and verse 7. It says, "Be strong, therefore, and let not your hands be weak, for your work shall be rewarded," man. All right, so you got to understand that you can't afford to let your hands be weak, man. You can't afford, you understand, to be weary in this thing. You can't afford to get tired and to not want to finish the race. And think about it. If you do get tired, if you do get weary, if your hands do wax faint, guess what? Hey, you got to come back to the words of the Lord, man. From where your strength comes from, right? The Most High God, we read earlier in Isaiah chapter 40, hey, he'll strengthen you, man. When you get tired, guess what? Hey, he'll instill strength in you. All right. And when he instills strength in you, guess what? That strength will allow you to keep it pushing, keep going in this thing, keep putting forth, you understand, the work of the Lord, keep uplifting and magnifying the name of the Lord, keep being a light, you understand, to people, and keep doing the things that's required of you while we in this thing. All right, let's go to the book of Luke, chapter 12. It's the book of Luke, chapter 12 and verse 35. It says, "Let your loins be girded about and your lights burning." You have to let your lights continue to burn. You gotta continually put oil in it. Because if you don't, hey, it's gonna flicker and it's gonna go down. If you ever lit a candle or use one that requires oil, then guess what? Once it start going out, it just gets smaller and smaller and smaller. It starts to flicker a little bit, and eventually it'll go out. You can't let yours get to that point. Cannot let it get to that point, man. You gotta always have your lights, your candle burning, man. Right? And use the words of the Lord, man. Use these things. We say it all the time. These things that's written in this book is not there just to say that was a good story. And you read it as a bedtime story. You read it and fall asleep. It puts you to sleep. That's not what it's for, man. This is for your help. The Lord told you to mark the perfect man. When you read the book of Psalms, chapter 37 and verse 37, it says, mark the perfect man. You got to learn from these different things, right? Romans chapter 15 and verse 4 on down. These things was written for our learning. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, 3 on down. What did Paul, when you read that chapter, these things are an admonishment, a warning, an example for you and what not to follow after, or what things to follow after, the things that you take from the scriptures that are in righteousness, and to learn from the mistakes that our wicked forefathers and foremothers made. All right. So Lord willing, Abaratazai, brothers and sisters, edify. Lord willing, brothers and sisters, continue to endure. And remember, Satan don't get tired, man. He don't take no days off, right? He not taking bathroom breaks, right? And he working double OT. He working double overtime, man. And with him working double overtime, then guess what? Hey, what that mean you got to do? Guess what? Hey, you gotta be just as on fire, man. You gotta work just as much, man. Right? You gotta set up defenses. You understand? You gotta set up that wall in righteousness. Or else what? You'll be overtaken, man. And your city will be burned down. And what's that city or what's that temple? Hey, your body. Or your household. All right? Cannot get overtaken by that, man. Jake, don't be going 2 days and you ain't picked up the Bible not once. You stared at your Bible app and almost clicked on it and then didn't click on it. Don't do that, man. Some brothers, they use Sundays and that's their day off. Sunday is their day off. Right? They spend all their time doing whatever the case it is that they doing, and they don't read no scriptures, they don't watch no video, they don't get no studying in. They don't throw no prayers up. This is my day. This is my day away from all that. No, ain't none of that. Because guess what? Satan not doing that, man. On Sunday, Satan is not saying, you know what, I'm gonna give him this time and I'm gonna let him just chill with his family. It's okay. I'm gonna let him just chill with his family. He's not doing that, man. All right. So Lord willing, brothers and sisters, was edified. Lord willing, brothers and sisters, continue to endure and continue to fight. With that, Kwam Yasha Allah, Shalom.